This is Valley News Live at noon.
We begin with breaking news. A dam in the Northern Valley is on the verge of rupturing, posing a threat to worsen flooding in Cavalier County. Authorities say the Burbany Dam in eastern Cavalier County is under imminent threat to rupture. National Guard helicopters are putting 1-ton sandbags on the dam to try and secure it. Officials are closing Highway 5 from east of Langdon to Highway 32 in Pembina County as a precaution. If anyone is concerned about the possible break, you're urged to call your local authorities. So let's go to Summer Schnellbach, who explains what this means for those who can be impacted. Summer?
Thank you so much, JC. Yeah, the flood fight is not letting up for some area river levels, although we've been dry for some days. Take a look at this map. All those green boxes, those are flood warnings and aerial flood warnings. Now take a look at those little dots. Those are individual river gauges. And I want to talk more about that Burbany Dam. It's located up in the Northern Valley. Here we are in between Cavalier and Pembina counties. There's the dam right there. It flows along the Turtle River into Accra, eventually through Cavalier, and then makes its way north up through the Pembina River and eventually joins up with the Red River at Pembina, which is purple, meaning major flood stage. So the Tongue River at Accra, which is just downstream from that dam, reached an initial crest with that heavy rain, but if that dam fails, we can expect this to go up and affect more rivers that are downstream. This is the Red River at Pembina, already in major flood stage, and it is expected to continually rise to around 53 feet by this weekend. And this is only a 7-day forecast, so look how long it remains high, but still shy of that record of 54.9 feet. The overland flooding, breakout flooding continues, especially in the central and northern valleys and some of those tributaries. The Red River is still rising in some locations, the Cheyenne in some locations, and some other tributaries. The good news, JC, dry weather continues for the rest of today, the next several days, but coming up, we'll take a look at when we can expect a little more rain, and we'll take a look at a few more area river levels.
Thank you, Summer. We do have a crew on the way up to the Northern Valley to check out the Burbany Dam, and they'll be reporting throughout the evening. Yeah. Thank you, Summer. Roe versus Wade, the landmark 1973 Supreme Court case guaranteeing abortion rights, appears to be on the verge of being overturned. A draft opinion leaked to Politico shows the Supreme Court's conservative majority is set to change course, meaning abortion would be decided on a state-by-state basis. Skylar Henry has more details from the Supreme Court.
Politico published a leaked draft opinion showing the conservative majority on the court is prepared to strike down Roe versus Wade. The opinion was written in response to a Mississippi law banning abortion after 15 weeks. In it, Justice Samuel Alito wrote, "Roe was egregiously wrong from the start. It's time to heed the Constitution and return the issue of abortion to the people's elected representatives."
Hands off our bodies! Hands off our bodies!
Demonstrators on both sides of the issue rushed to the court as soon as the news leaked. Overturning Roe versus Wade is likely to have a significant impact on this year's elections.
Now, women are going to go to vote in numbers we have never seen before because we've never seen such, in our lifetimes, such an overturning of major precedent as this.
It's odd that we're in this weird dialogue about the rights of individuals to be able to take the life of a child. I just don't understand that debate, quite frankly. So I'm going to continue to be able to stand for every single child, no matter what.
It's important to note that this is just a draft opinion, and justices can and have changed their minds before final decisions are reached. But in this case, given the court's conservative majority, it's hard to imagine them reversing course. 4 conservative justices are siding with Alito to overturn Roe in the Mississippi case. It's unclear if Chief Justice John Roberts is siding with the conservatives or the liberals. But Chief Justice Roberts has the power to order an investigation to find out who leaked the document.
This lawless action should be investigated and punished to the fullest extent possible.
The official opinion in the Mississippi case is expected to be issued well before the end of the court's term in late June or early July. Skylar Henry, CBS News, the Supreme Court.
Legislators in 13 states, including North Dakota, have passed so-called trigger laws, which are bans designed to go into effect if Roe is overturned. In North Dakota, it would ban abortion and make it a felony to perform the procedure, except in cases when it would save the life of the mother. New for you at noon, one man is facing several charges in connection to a string of burglaries in Jamestown. Yesterday, police responded to a home in the southwest part of the city for a report of a car burglary. When authorities were talking to the first victim, they learned another person in the same area had their garage and vehicle broken into. That area of town has reported several burglaries within the past week. Police were able to identify a suspect in the burglaries, get a warrant, and search his home. Authorities then arrested 28-year-old Alexander Emmons for 2 counts of burglary and 4 counts of unlawful entry into a motor vehicle. A 14-year-old boy has been killed and a 17-year-old girl is wounded after a Russian missile strike in the southern part of Odessa, Ukraine. Firefighters sprayed water onto that fire that the missile caused yesterday. According to Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky, the missile hit a dormitory. The strike also hit a church, blowing the roof off. North Dakota is challenging the federal government's decision to award a lucrative mineral rights deal under the Missouri River Reservoir. The rights were sold to the Mandan, Hidatsa, and Arikara Nation. The state's attorney general's office says it plans to intervene in the tribe's lawsuit against the federal government. At stake is an estimated $100 million in unpaid royalties and future payments certain to come from oil drilling. A new West Fargo elementary school is being built on land actually in the city of Fargo. One city commissioner is now questioning what happens to property tax revenue.
Do we get reimbursed? To me, it was a good question. I didn't have a good answer. We are losing property tax revenue. It's not a school. It's not a Fargo school. So the taxpayers of Fargo somebody has to be reimbursing us.
3 West Fargo schools are in Fargo, and about 48% of students in the West Fargo School District are actually residents of Fargo. Mayor Mahoney says once the city sells a piece of land to another entity, it's up for them to decide whether land is taxable or not. Coming up at noon, Mother's Day is right around the corner. We have some ideas on how to celebrate this special day. But next, Summer Schnellbach is in to tell us how long the sunshine will stick around.